Hi everyone, welcome back to Ask Dr. Vincent. Today I am on my own because I want to share with you something that is quite personal, something that is quite, again, personal that I've never actually shared before. I may have mentioned it a little bit somewhere, but uh, I've never done a formal announcement. I don't know whether or not it is a formal announcement, but sometimes I feel a little bit guilty whenever anyone comments that Dr. Vincent, your skin is really good. Dr. Vincent, what do you do with your skincare routine? I know that you have your skincare range, but I want to tell you today that for my entire life, I've been struggling with skin condition called rosacea. And rosacea is not something that you can actually cure, you can actually stop in terms of no longer suffering from it. It is something that you carry your whole life. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you can manage it really well. And sometimes there will be flare ups. And I have been very adamant in terms of whenever we go live, whenever I'm broadcasting to you, or whenever I'm on the TV, I have never worn makeup. Uh, there is nothing wrong with wearing makeup, but I also want to show you my skin in its original state, something that I feel empower me a lot as someone who suffered from rosacea, as someone who suffered from a lot of flare ups, especially during puberty. And for the longest time, I thought that I would have to be taking medication for my entire life. I haven't been doing that for the past 6 years. And I'm not tooting my own horns. However, being a scientist and having the ability to create skincare from natural ingredients, from natural actives like activated phenolics from Australian apples, enable me to be in this journey together with my condition, which is rosacea, and trying to find a good way, a strong scientifically proven way to battle and manage this condition. I know that there's a lot of other diseases, disorders, and conditions. They are a lot more serious, a lot more life threatening compared to just the skin condition. However, take it from me, a skin condition is not only affecting you physically, it is also affecting you mentally and psychologically, especially for people at the age of puberty, for people who are at school, for people whose job is very much consumer and public facing. It can take a heavy toll on your confidence. It can take a lot of your energy and passion when it comes to being in public, when it comes to facing people. And it has always been very clear for me that I do not want to perpetuate the illusion that my skin is always good, my skin is always flawless and perfect. I do have days when I have flare ups. I do have days when I don't feel really comfortable in my own skin, but I have learned that it is part of life. The fact that um, my skin is trying to recover. The fact that my skin also suffers from inflammation when my diet is not 100%, especially when I'm busy or traveling for work. It goes to show that what we put into our body and onto our skin really significantly affect how our skin looks like. A lot of people will try to sell you skincare that will eliminate all of your problems, or they claim will eliminate all your problems instantly. But scientifically, it doesn't work like that because our skin is a living being. It is our body's largest organ, which means that you need to respect it. You need to work with it. You need to understand the metabolic rate. You need to understand the metabolic process, and you need to respect its own biology. Because without doing that, what you're doing is either preventing your skin from, doing all of these biological processes, masking the problem, and in the long run it can actually make the problem becoming more severe. I do understand that sometimes I'm very impatient myself. Sometimes people are impatient when it comes to the quality of their skin, the glow of their skin. They want a quick fix. They want to cover the spots, the flare-ups, because I understand you need to be comfortable in your own skin. And glowing, good-looking, smooth, flawless skin does a lot of boost to everyone's confidence, including mine. However, at the end of the day, our skin is a reflection of our health. The reason why I focus so much on inflammation and how activated phenolics help to reduce the inflammation is because 80% of our skin condition originate from our gut and originate from how our body battling and managing inflammation. Our body goes through inflammation every day. It is part of our natural biological function and processes. However, how our body manages it is really important, because when your body is losing control of managing this fire called inflammation, that's when problem becomes. I didn't start out by researching skin. However, from my own experience, I decided that I want to invest a lot more of the scientific knowledge into the skincare. Unfortunately, we live in a situation and condition where we have been we have been taught and we have been convinced that the more products that you put on your skin, the better your skin will turn out. You have different type of acids, different type of toners, different type of cleansers, different type of serum, something that you put on in the morning, something that you put on at night. And I always call this the 10-12 step skin routine. Unfortunately, scientifically, more is not always better, especially when it comes to your skin. Your skin needs to be able to still function. It needs to be able to still do all of these processes that the largest organ in our body is doing. I firmly believe that if you clean and cleanse your skin really well means that you're not stripping away all of the natural oil, you're not stripping away and disrupting the microbiome environment, you're not altering the pH too much, you're maintaining the pH and making sure that the microbiome is still thriving. That's what cleansing your skin well means. And you need to put your quote unquote treatment, your actives. So this is where hyaluronic acid comes into play, collagen peptide, activated phenolics in the concentrated amount that can penetrate deep into your skin layers. Because if it just stays on top of your skin, it will not do anything. What it will do is basically clogging the pores of your skin and exacerbate the condition of the skin, especially those with sensitive skin, people who suffer from acne, from pimples, from dermatitis, rosacea. This is the very thing that you want to avoid. You don't want products that just stay on your skin without doing anything. Once you get all of the actives and treatments deep into your skin layer, and especially when it comes to hyaluronic acid, not all hyaluronic acids are created the same. I can tell you from a manufacturer point of view, the different types of hyaluronic acid in terms of the price is so varied. You can get something that is so cheap and you can get something that is 10 times the price. And they're all hyaluronic acid. And let me share with you some of the education behind hyaluronic acid and behind ingredients. Just because they can legally call it hyaluronic acid on the label, it doesn't mean that it is of the same quality. You literally get what you pay for, and science really does come into play when it comes to the quality, the type, and the mechanism of hyaluronic acid. You don't want the hyaluronic acid to be too big in the molecules, but at the same time, you also don't want it to be too small. You want a combination of fractionated, micronized hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is prized for its function that it can attract and keep water molecules. The problem is that if it's just sitting on top of your skin, if it's not deep into your intercellular of your skin, it will attract and pull out water molecules from your skin so that it can enlarge itself, all of these hyaluronic acid molecules, which means that it literally dries out and dehydrates your skin. This is the reason why sometimes people who use hyaluronic acid, something like 1.5%, 2%, and they were like, why is my face is getting worse? Why is my face is having like the dry blotch? blotches around the surface. And the reason is because you're you're putting a water magnet not within your cellular skin, but it's actually just surrounding it or on top of it. And this water magnet, hyaluronic acids with the big molecules, will pull out all of the water from within your skin cells. The intention is correct. The logic is flawed. This is the reason why I truly believe in this platform. Thank you so much for people who follow me on Instagram, on Substack, on TikTok, because I, you know, the following is not as big as all of these influencers, but I do believe that I want to be out there as well, because I can't just be complaining that people are educating the masses the wrong things without being there myself, without actually trying to do something, actively doing something to help shedding some light onto all of this skincare or inflammation or supplements, because I don't want people to think that it's too hard. Let me just consult TikTok or Instagram and make my decision based on the reels. I want to be out there so that you know better. I truly believe that when people know better, they will choose or do better. Knowledge is power. All about skin rejuve. Thank you. For those of you who are watching live from Substack, I just got a request to go live with one of the followers from Instagram. So apologies if you are looking one way or another. And I actually make a note as to what I want to speak about when it comes to rosacea, because again, this is not something that I talk about a lot. I really do believe that during my puberty, during the younger years of my life, I don't speak about it at all, because it really was triggering for me. And I remember being in my high school or being teased because my face, not only it has like spots and dots and marks, it can actually literally be beetroot red sometimes. I couldn't go out in the sun for too long. I couldn't really be too cold or too hot, because that triggered the rosacea reaction. However, I've grown from that. I also believe that hearing it from someone who not only studies science, but also understand biology, and this person also has a skincare line, I want you to hear it from me that it is okay if you struggle with your skin. It is okay to speak about it. And I also believe that it is okay to let people know that you struggle. I It breaks my heart sometimes when people say that it is not a big problem, when people trivialize the skin condition issue, because maybe for some people it's such a trivial matter. Maybe for some people it's not something that is a big deal. However, for some people who suffer from the condition, it is a big deal for them. And I think that it's cruel to put a measure on the impact of a health condition have onto someone's ability to function, confidence, energy, and outlook in life. I do believe that dermatitis, pimples, acne, rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, they are not just vanity issues. They are health issues. Unfortunately, people often only associate skin health with vanity aspect of the skin. Not only that, I understand that there are some vanity aspects when it comes to skin, but fundamentally, it is a health issues. Fundamentally, we have to look at it from the biology perspective, not only from what's on the surface. Uh, I want to share that there are things that I cannot use as someone who suffers from rosacea. The reason why, say for example, people ask why are our cleanser or cleansing products in the form of fragrance-free and foaming. It's because any other type, in my opinion and scientifically, would be and could be too harsh for your skin. The reason why we put our natural fragrance in the face cream and face serum, but not in the face cleanser or face wash, is because when you are washing and cleansing your face, you're there's a level of aggravation that you cause on the surface of your skin. This is probably the step of your skincare routine that you really, really, really do not want fragrance in it. You don't want to introduce fragrance into this environment, because this is when you try to open up your pores, when you try to take off the dirt and residues of sunscreen, for example, from your skin. You don't want fragrance to interfere with this process of cleansing. And heat, scrubbing, over cleansing, for a lot of people, these are the silent triggers. Many of you, including myself, do not even realize it in the beginning, because we thought that if we have a dirty face, we feel very oily or very, dirty. Came Once we come home from being outside the entire day, you really just want to take that layers of oil, sunscreen, or if you wear makeup off. Unfortunately, what begins with a good intention when it comes to cleansing your face, having a fresh face after a long day, can be triggering to your sensitive skin reaction, or can be triggering to your rosacea condition. And I do believe that we often do not realize that those things can be triggering until someone tells us, including myself. I didn't even know that you don't have to have that squeaky clean feeling to be clean. I always thought that you really have to scrub, rub, and make sure that by the end of your washing step of your skincare routine, it needs to be squeaky clean. But now I know that stripping away all of the oils, destroying the microbiome of our skin, that can actually be a lot worse than not cleansing your face. I have to say that even though we sell face cleansing product, when you don't have our cleansing product, when you don't have, say for example, you ran out of your Skin face cleanser, what to do? I will tell you, it is scientifically better for you just to use water to clean your face rather than going for the harsh, uh, often chemically rich cleanser, or your body cleanser or something. I do believe that water is probably the next best thing when it comes to cleaning your face if you don't have our skin cleanser. And I also want to talk about what actually calms red skin. A lot of people don't even understand that oftentimes it's not really wrinkles, it's not really fine lines that you want to battle. You want to battle redness if you're anything like me when it comes to your sensitive skin. Water-based formulation is king, because you don't really want anything that is petroleum-based, or you don't want something that is oil-based when it comes to calming the redness. I know that a lot of you out there are using face oil, and we do have oil as well. It's just that for people with sensitive skin or rosacea condition or dermatitis, do not start with oil. Water-based formulation, our serum is water-based, our face cream is water-based. Start with that. And you also need active ingredients that can help to calm this inflammation without aggravating your skin microbiome and upregulation. What I'm saying is that you don't want to start introducing harsh active ingredients. So things like retinol, great product and active ingredient for some people, but for most of us, if you wear retinol for the longer period, it actually literally thins your skin. You don't want that because it reduces your skin's barrier, your skin's resilience when it comes to fighting the external factor, the environmental stressors. What you want is you want activated phenolics, anti-inflammatory function, but you pair it with the hyaluronic acid that is micronized and fractionized so that the hyaluronic acid can help to plumb your skin to help create this uh, moisture barrier, but at the same time, the activated phenolics can reduce and calm the redness and inflammation on your skin. So it is a two-pronged strategy and mechanism. Instead of just plumping your skin with hyaluronic acid and masking the issue, you are attacking the skin problem from two different approaches. I also believe in fewer steps. I said earlier that more does not mean better. We have a few products in our skincare lineup. I would be the first person who said that you don't need everything. Some people use everything, and sometimes, with the exception of the oil, I don't use the oil on my face. I use it on my body, especially on my elbows and my knees. However, when it comes to the face, I don't use everything. As a matter of fact, sometimes if I go, say, for example, to when I was in Indonesia, I found that just using a little bit more of the serum helps me more during the really hot day compared to using the serum and the cream. This is something that I know a lot of people and a lot of skincare founders probably will not ever tell you that, because for them, the more products you buy, the higher the revenue is. And I love money. I love to increase the revenue and profit of our company. But I always believe that I need to do it in an ethical way. At the end of the day, the reason why I'm doing skincare is not because I want, I don't know. Well, maybe this will come and bite me back in the future. I'm not really interested in terms of like releasing makeup lines and stuff like that. But what I am interested in is to help you, to help you achieve that healthy glowing skin. And the reason why I want to do that is because I know it firsthand how damaging bad skin to someone's confidence level. Okay. The next one is that skincare myths that hurt sensitive skin. And when by sensitive skin, I meant skin that have specific needs and issues. I Even though I used the word issues, what I really meant was needs. I mean, people get a little bit sensitive sometimes when we talk about skin because of the ongoing confidence issue that they have with their skin. Couple that with the media all over us trying to measure our worth when it comes to our confidence and our, yeah, value and worth based on how smooth your skin is, based on how flawless your skin is. And that's the reason why there's a lot of ads that center around masking that imperfection, that center around concealing the spots and covering the marks, which is great for people who want to do that. But on one hand, you have masking, covering, and concealing. On the other hand, you have something that increases the health of your skin, unleashing the glow from within. I'm on this end. I much rather. I don't think I've ever worn makeup before. I think I've done it. Have I ever worn makeup on live TV? I don't think I have. And tomorrow I will be live on Sky News Australia. I, I don't plan to wear makeup. I don't think I will say yes when they ask me to, if I want to wear makeup or not. I really truly believe that if you have good skincare routine, if you have healthy skin, you don't need anything. And maybe that's me being a guy, but I also know a lot of people who are so comfortable and confident in their own skin, and they wear makeup to accentuate the good structure, the beauty of their face rather than covering the imperfection. So, redness mean detox. This is the myth that really, really is frustrating and really, really bothers me, because there are supplement company out there. There are skincare companies out there who perpetuate this myth that when you take their products, the first few weeks or the first few days, your skin will be red because it's pumping out toxins. It's like flushing out toxins. It pushes out all of these impurities from your skin, and that's the reason why your skin becomes red. No, when your skin is red after taking a supplement or after using a certain skincare product, that means that your body is rejecting it. So please listen to your body. Don't listen to their slick marketing slogan and messaging. Your body knows it better. When your body is inflamed, becomes red, and seemingly rejecting the product, that's because your body cannot tolerate it. Your body is rejecting it. And you should listen to your body and stop using it. And number three, stop listening when people said, "Oh, your skin just needs time to adjust." Again, the same rationale and explanation with the previous marketing claim. When it says that your skin really just needs to adjust or your skin is purging, please listen to your body and your skin rather than listening to their marketing explanation. That's your body screaming for help and asking you to stop doing all of these things that doesn't agree with your skin. When you put that retinoid acid, or when you put that really strong active ingredients that causes your skin cells to turn over fast, that causes your skin cells to quote unquote purge itself, stop using it. This is not how your skin is meant to function. There's a reason why the cellular's turnover of your skin is 6 to 8 weeks. Your body accelerating it doesn't mean that it's good for your body. Your body knows what's best for your own body. And being the largest organ in our body, I really do believe that our skin needs a lot more attention. Our skin needs a lot more respect from us. Our skin, many of us don't even think about this, but our skin is literally the first line of our defense. It is not only about vanity and good looks, it is also about your immune system. Your body is literally being protected by your skin. It is a barrier that needs to be strong and resilient. When you really try to increase your cellular skin turnover, when you're trying to strip it off the natural oil, when you try to change the pH of your skin, you're literally making your skin work harder. It's already working so hard, it's already struggling and putting a lot of effort in terms of protecting you. Instead of helping your skin, you're giving it more stressors. You're putting a lot more work onto it. So please don't do that. And the last thing that I want to say is, please don't forget the importance of water, hydration, and drinking enough water during the day. I do believe that if you're not sure where to start when it comes to your skincare routine, start with drinking enough water. What you put into your body matters, and since 70% of our body is water, it is natural for your skin to react badly when it's dehydrated. So start with drinking enough water. You don't want to overdo it, obviously, because too much of even good thing can be bad. But you also don't want to underdo it, because drinking water is such an important and good health habit to have. Um, I think I yap along too much already, but thank you so much for listening. I will put this on askdrvincent.com. So if you want to listen to everything that I'm talking about today, please go to askdrvincent.com. You can subscribe; it's free for now, and you can go and listen to my back catalog of everything too. On that note, I'm Dr. Vincent. Thank you for listening to me. Bye bye.